Excuse me. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? How is y'all Saturday going? Forgive me ahead of time. My voice is going through some things right now. So, yeah, bear with me. I hope y'all are ready for class today. Today is a big message. I'm not going to put any negative words or negative connotations on it. But as you all know, we are talking about the menstruation process and what this does for all of us, both men and women, and what this process means. The first week we talked about grief. Last week we talked about relief or release. And this week we are talking about relief. I'm back. Let me see the comments. I did, Kendra. I did get the tapestry. Hello, everybody. Yep, you already know who it was, sis. Hello, everybody. I am good. I'm glad to hear you all are well. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. Now, relief. We're going to start with the etymology of relief. And I've got it up on my computer so I don't have to take notes and stuff. But relief is alleviation of distress, hunger, sickness, etc. The state of being relieved, that which mitigates or removes pain, grief, evil, etc. And it comes from the Anglo-French word I'm not going to pronounce because can't. It means assistance, literally a raising that is lifted from stress, a stem of reliever. If that didn't bust you upside your head already when we just talked about grief and everything else a couple weeks ago. But okay, I'm going to say this as candidly as I possibly can. You need to reframe what you think a good life is. Because if you believe that a good life means you don't go through anything, you are not living at all. You are merely existing. You are not learning, and that is what we are sent to do, to learn. We are here. We all have contracts we have signed prior to coming here, which means we are on assignment, and our assignment is to learn. You learn from pain. You learn from grief. You learn from a myriad of different things. And if there's nothing happening to you, or nothing is happening to you, if there's nothing that is bringing you the resistance needed to learn, you're here. What are you here doing? So you need to reframe or change your perspective on what you think a good life or a soft life is. It is not going to be free from pain, free from sorrow, grief, or any of those things. You have to, something that I say to myself when when resistance comes to me, I say that everything is happening for my good, for my highest good. Because if I am not, what would I need the Spirit for? What would I need to trust? What would I need to, I wouldn't need any of this stuff, any of these tools, any of this knowledge. It'd be wasteful. And I'm going to speak on my personal life's experience because I believe that is the best tool to bring inspiration, to bring a different perspective or a different way to look at things. If I was not in a toxic relationship, I wouldn't be a womb wellness practitioner. I wouldn't really care about womb health, womb work at all. If I didn't go through any pain, any grief, any sorrow at all, what would I need to be? What would I care about being a womb wellness practitioner for? Wouldn't need it. If I had the relationships that I desired with my parents, I would not care about the protection and the safety of children. If I had not been abused, if I had not been neglected, if I had not been isolated, if I had everything I thought I wanted, why would I even need the life that I have? Why would I need the gifts that I have? Why, or the abilities that I have? I wouldn't know any of the knowledge that I have. I wouldn't know anything because I would have everything I wanted. I would need or have learned to trust the spirit, to trust myself, and to trust others, and to trust in life. What would I need that for? I have everything that I want. So please change your perspective about the things that you go through because these are your learning tools. This is how you grow. This is how you change. This is how you evolve. If you are not meeting any resistance, you're staying the same. I'm going to share something that I just got a few days ago. I was driving, going to pick my daughter up from school, and I was listening to, hold on a second, I skipped a part of the story. So this week, I realized and understood that my ancestors, my spirit team, my higher self speaks to me through the things that I love. I love music. I love books and reading. I like cleaning. I like cooking. I like a lot of different things. And those are the ways in which that they speak to me. My frequency is at its highest when I am doing those activities. So please stop doing things you hate, trying to get them to communicate to you through them when you're not being your authentic self. Your inner children have the answers and are the gateway to every single question you have ever had regarding the universe and your life. Stop ignoring your inner children. Stop belittling your inner children. Stop bullying your inner children. They are the gatekeepers and the gateways and the save points to the information that you need. So stop being rude, stop being mean, stop being nasty, stop being ugly, stop pretending to like things that you don't, to be around people you don't like or don't make you feel good. Stop doing things like that. You cannot ever grow or change when you are going against yourself. Please understand that. That goes for romantic relationships, that goes for platonic relationships, that goes for your work environment, that goes for your family ships, that goes with your children as well. You have to be authentically you. You are not sent here to be anything or anybody else. The second you you stop denying yourself what you truly desire is the second that everything in your life turns around. I like, no, I love the Jonas Brothers. I have loved the Jonas Brothers since I was 12 years old. I stopped listening to the Jonas Brothers when I got into a relationship because I knew, some part of me knew I could not be my authentic self with this person. So I covered up or put away and packed away all of the things that I really liked about me and expected this relationship to soar and to grow and to change. So I'm not just telling you to stop being fake, stop being dishonest, stop being disloyal to yourself for anybody else. Because again, if the spirit and your ancestors and your spirit guides and your team comes through talking to you through the activities that you love, exactly, brother, there was a purpose to the pain, period. But you can't expect authenticity in your relationships when you are not authentically yourself, with yourself, by yourself. It's never going to happen. You can hang it up today at 5:58 Central Standard Time. Hang it up. The fake masks you wear, excuse me, Siri, I'm not talking to you. The fake masks you wear, the fake style that you have that's not yours. You don't like those colors. You don't like those clothes. Get them out of your closet. Take that stuff out your drawer. Take that stuff out your closet. Take that stuff off them walls. Throw that stuff away. Who is Get that stuff out the kitchen. Take that stuff off the walls. Stop eating that food. Put all of that stuff away. Take it away. Throw it away. When you get rid of this stuff, I promise you, this is where you find your relief. I'm going to touch on that later, but this is how you get to it. Follow me here. I was in a relationship for 7 years with somebody who did not even know who I was really. Why? Because I didn't know who I was really. I did not. I thought that this relationship was going to make me happy. It did not. It made me miserable. You want to know why I was miserable? I was not being honest about who I was. I was not being honest about what I liked. I was not being honest about what I disliked. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to bring up boundaries. I'm going to have a very serious and candid conversation with you about boundaries. These boundaries, when I get into relationship with people, and it does not have to be romantic, it's platonic, it's familyship, it's all of it. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So follow me, please. I get into relationship with people, and I'm so used to trying to get people to like me. I throw all of my boundaries out of the door in the name of being accommodating because I don't want you to leave. Hear me. I don't want you to leave. Not let's learn each other, not let's see if we really like or bond or connect or have any similarities or we can relate on any level. I just don't want you to leave, which means I don't want to be alone. Because what negative connotations do I have to being alone? I'm not talking about it. That's where those abandonment wounds come up. That's where those neglect wounds come up. It shows up in different ways and people behave differently. These are just mine. I throw all caution to the wind. I throw all my boundaries out the door and out of the window because I just want companionship. What companionship looks like to me, the unhealed version of me. When I throw my boundaries out of the door, that means I accept chaos into my space. I expect chaos. No, excuse me. I accept the mirror of chaos within me, outside of me, wherever it is I am, and within whomever I decide to get myself involved with. Being fake, being inauthentic it will always take you somewhere, but it is never where you truly desire to go. You feel uncomfortable, you feel unseen and unheard because you did not voice your truth. But you expect someone else to be honest with you. It is never, ever in the history of ever going to work. Let it all go. Sit with yourself and get your boundaries together. Decide what it is that you like and what it is that you don't. The people who like to run from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, you're doing yourself a disservice. Be with yourself. Learn yourself. Understand what it is to be with yourself. How does that feel? What do you do when you're with yourself? If you are still hiding when you are with yourself, what makes you think that it's going to be any different when you get into companionship or relationships with others? It is not ever going to be well for you. So please, your team, the spirit, the mother is urging you to stop it and to knock it off. The uncomfort you feel when having to have conversations, okay. Relief, the only way you are ever going to find peace or relief is on the other side of something that is uncomfortable for you. If you are not willing to bear with the few moments of uncomfortability, which is speaking up, being honest, being authentic, uncovering things for yourself, you accept an unknown amount of uncomfort for an indisclosable point of time. Or point of time. Point of time is not what I'm meaning to say. I mean time frame. So which would you rather? Being uncomfortable for a few moments or being uncomfortable for an unknown amount of time? That is a genuine question. I do want to know. Relief only comes after work. Erykah Badu said it best. Peace after revolution. In the name of keeping peace, if you have to be quiet in order to get it, you've started a war within yourself and you're going to create a whole nother battle with this other person or with other people in general. The relief only comes after the work is done. The work can be speaking up and being honest. The work can be cutting people off. The work can be separation, distance. It can be a myriad of different things. But this is something that you cannot get away from. You claim you want this soft life. You claim you want this good life of peace and joy, but you're unwilling to do the work to get the peace that you desire or that you think you desire. Peace is not something, like I said in a video I posted on my TikTok maybe a week ago. Inner peace is not the absence of struggle or challenges. Inner peace is what you choose to ground yourself in the midst of the uncomfortable. So if you want relief, you have to move. You have to do some work. You have to do some things that make you uncomfortable. And you're going to be okay with that. Relief is not, it is an alleviation. It's something that takes away from the pain. It takes those things away. But if there's nothing to relieve you from, what are you wanting relief for? You don't. If you don't want to struggle, if you don't want to do no work, if you don't want no challenges, if you don't want no resistance, you do not want relief. You want to sit in your grief, which is a heavy weight, like we learned from a few weeks ago. Now, I was driving to go pick up my daughter from school the other day, and it finally hit me. And I was so happy I was in tears. I always know that I've done the work when I feel better. when I feel something. It's a specific feeling I do not know how to put into words. But I was driving, and what I'm seeing now, it is raining, it's pouring rain, and it's storming hard, which makes me happy. I like stormy, gray weather. I like it. But in a meditation I did a year, almost 2 years ago, I was swimming in the ocean, but I was like far away from the shore. And the waves are like rocking really, really hard. And the way I am swimming back to the shore is outrageous, but I'm not going anywhere. But my vision is locked on the shore. And Yemoja is saying to me, I wish the amount of energy and effort you put into going to the shore, you would put into coming in the direction I'm pulling you. And that is what I'm remembering. I finally accepted all of the pain, all of the trauma, all of the abuse, all of the neglect, all of the tears. All of these things are purposeful, and they are now my building blocks to get me to where I'm going. I accepted my reality for the first time, and it brought me to tears because I'm happy. The happiness I have been screaming and crying for years. I felt it for the very first time a few days ago. I accepted I'm not going to have the relationship that I desire with my mother, and that's okay. I am not going to have all of the things that I'm not going to have things the way that I pictured them in my mind, but I accept that there is a higher picture than mine that is coming into view. And it only came to view once I let all of the stuff that I've been carrying for forever go. The abuse from my mother, the neglect from my father and my mother, the abuse from the women that he chose thereafter, the abuse that I suffered from other children, the abuse that I suffered from relationships, the abuse that I tolerated from myself. I accept wholeheartedly every wound, every pain, every tear, every heartbreak, every loss I have taken both publicly and privately. I accept them all because they have shaped and formed the wonderful person that I am today. And that is such a beautiful thing because never in my days did I ever think that who I am is enough for anyone. Never did I think, never did I believe that I was likable, approachable, someone worthy of companionship, of leadership, of ownership, of love, nurturing, and care. But let me tell you something. Though I did not have the mother that I desired, I am the mother that I desire. I am. So all of the things that you're looking for in other people, stop it. Because it's never going to come from a being outside of you. It is never going to come from them. So release your mother, release your father, release that man, release that woman, release the friends. It's never going to come from anybody outside of you. If you don't like you, how can you expect these people to? If you don't listen to you, how can you expect these people to? If you don't love you, how can you expect these other people to? If you don't care about you, how can you expect these other people to? If you don't even see the greatness that is embedded in your life's experience, who is going to tell you? Other people can tell you the potential that they see in you, the vision and the plans that they have for you. But I'm telling you, if the Spirit lives within you, if we come from the mother, she's inside. She's not out here. Internal work is needed to find her. Put the weed up, put them cigarettes up, put the liquor down, leave them clubs alone, leave them streets alone, leave them women alone, leave them men alone, and be with yourself. Ground yourself in yourself. That's who has the answers. That's who's going to help you. You are. Your spirit team is not a being outside of you. They live within you. You come from the all. The all is not outside of you. So stop looking for them there. Do you know how much energy it takes to manifest? For you to see something that you could have seen if you just would have sat still for 5 minutes in the morning, for 5 minutes in the evening. You only get the understanding, you only get the relief, the assistance when you stop being a busybody. That's the only way your relief is coming. Relief comes after the work, and the work means sitting with yourself, being with yourself. Let me tell you something else. Though I did not have the mothering, the nurturing, the loving, and the care that I desired as a child, like I said, I am the mother that I looked for or that I longed for. But you know why? The mother has embedded and assigned the highest mothering energies and figures within me. They knew how much that means to me. But I did not realize that is why I'm a better mother. I did not have the tools. I did not have the knowledge, but I was open and I was willing and I asked from forth my mouth. I knew I wanted change. And I was open, I was honest, and so real about what I wanted. I did not know at 20 years old what I was doing, being somebody's mom. I was depressed for several years. Actually, from the moment I was pregnant, practically deeply depressed. I carried a baby with a broken heart and with 1,000 questions and with anger and rage coursing through me. Alone with all of these people around. I said in prayer, I'm like, what? I don't understand this. I don't know what I'm doing. I have this little girl who's going to be here any day now, and I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't have my mom. I needed one. What am I supposed to do with her? I don't know about self-love. I don't know about self-worth. I don't know none of this stuff. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to raise her? How am I supposed to be an example to her? if I didn't have it, and back then I did not know you could not give from which you do not have. I didn't have it outside. But because I said in prayer what I desired, my worried, my tears, the energy was unlocked when I said those prayers. Willing and open to change and to learn, my prayers were answered. No, I do not know everything. I will never claim to know everything. I am learning just like you. But you have to be open and willing to change, to learn, to grow, which means you're going to have to go through stuff. After my daughter was 2 when I said that prayer. In the midst of my depression, I was told I have to leave her father. Work and uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. I have to leave a person alone that I could not see my life without. How am I supposed to do that? My father, my mother, they taught me how to stay in toxic relationships. They didn't tell me how to leave. What am I supposed to do? How am I going to do this? Gradually and over time. I'm going to give you the strength you need. I'm going to give you the answers, but you need to move, is exactly what I was told. You stay here, it's only going to get worse. And it did. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm going to check the comments now because I'm running my mouth. I was scared. I was terrified to walk away. And they knew that. So they allowed something to happen that they also knew was going to make me leave. I have to be transparent, even though it's embarrassing and uncomfortable. But the person that I was with at the time gave me chlamydia, which was the hardest thing I have ever had to face in my journey of having to love myself. When I tell you, I did not want to be in my own skin. I was so embarrassed. I was so hurt and in so much pain because I had made the decision. I did not know how long I had it. I was celibate for 8 months when I found out. But let me tell you something else. The mother will never just let you figure it out on your own. My very first encounter with the cosmic mother, she gave me and 2 of my brothers an assignment 3 months prior to me even having an encounter with her. She said for us to go on on a fast, no fast food, and we were supposed to be taking herbs. She said to take sea moss and bladderwrack, rosemary leaf, and ginger root. Once the 3 months was over, she came through and she told me that I should go to the doctor. And of course, me panicking, I thought I was pregnant because my periods were out of whack and all over the place. It did not come for months. And then when they did come, they were god awful heavy, huge blood clots. It was awful. It was a very awful experience. I was in a lot of pain. My cramping was out of this world. And I assumed that I was pregnant by this person, and I was told to go to the doctor. Well, I went to the doctor. I got my all of these tests done. I did an MRI. I did a not an MRI. I did an ultrasound. I did several blood tests, all kinds of things because there's a lot of stuff going on. And well, what came back was chlamydia. Like I said, I'd been celibate for, 8 months prior. So I had no idea. I'd never been burned before. I'd never experienced anything like that. I did not want to be in my own skin. I had just started my self-love journey, and if anybody thought I hated myself before, it was very challenging for me to look in the mirror. Screw an affirmation. I ain't doing that. Screw journaling. The best and the most you'll get from me is prayer, but these prayers were nasty. Nasty. Because of my pain, because of my grief. But I understand now that was the only way. It was the only way I was going to leave that man alone. As if he did something. And what y'all don't know is this was the last boundary. This was the last thing, the last hope I had for this person regarding me. Was, I know he's done XYZ, he's done this, he's done that, he's done this, he's done that, but he would never give me nothing. He's never given me nothing. I know he's cheated in this and this and this and this and this, but he's never given me anything. And that's not true because before I had my daughter, I had a series of UTIs and bladder infections, and that wasn't enough because I didn't know where those things come from. I didn't know that that means that someone's throwing your pH balance off. I had no idea. So I learned through this experience, that pain, that grief, that sorrow, that distress. I was able to find relief only after leaving this person alone. They know what it's going to require. They know what it's going to take. They know you. So they will send exactly what you need at every moment for you to find your strength, for you to find yourself, to get to relief, to get this lesson. And this lesson was ultimately to love and take care of myself. How are you lying with a person who you don't even trust? How is that working? How are you giving your body something so precious and sacred to a person that you don't even trust? It's never going to happen, and it's never going to work, and there's no good outcome coming from that. So I encourage you all to change your perspective on these obstacles and these things that you're learning from, these things that feel hard, these things that feel out of control and unbelievable and just so horrible. Change your perspective to all things are happening for my highest good. It may not, I can't see it, but I am excited to uncover and work through the mystery of what's on the other side of this. Pain and relief are two sides of the same coin. I want to now talk to you about transformation. Transformation happens and it starts within your mind. The way you think about these things, the way you think about these people is going to have to change. But it starts with your mind. Thoughts become actions, and actions become a way of life. So you have to reframe the way you look at things. Transformation happens inside. Transformation is an internal process that shows up outward. Transformation is the other side of the coin from change. Change is an event, a graduation, a new job, a promotion, a new child, a new home, a new car. Those are changes. Transformation is what comes before and after a change. Transformation is mental. Now, a tool to get you through and to your relief is you have to breathe. There is no way you are like, okay, you want to change your life? Be conscious of the way that you breathe. If you are not breathing, that is panicking, hyperventilating. You need to breathe in a way that everything circulates from the top of your head to the sole of your feet, even your toes. That's how you need to breathe. If you are not breathing, my brother has said it 1,000 times, if you are upset, pay attention to when you get upset, because the faster you're breathing, you're not getting enough oxygen to your brain, which means everything's not circulating the way that it's supposed to. Everything is cyclical. Everything is cyclical. And if things keep seeming to happen back to back to back to back, pay attention to your breathing. That's going to show up in everything you do. Take it to the basics with it, which is your breath. Breathe. It does not have to be that dramatic every time, but if that's where you need to start, do it. There are 1,000 apps. There are 1,000 books. Some of them y'all have, y'all just don't use. Do it. Learn your breathing exercises and try things. Try a different way of breathing. Find a breath to calm your nerves, to cleanse your energy, and to uplift you. 3 different breathing techniques you need to find to get you to your relief, and practice them. There are breathing exercises to help you sleep better. There are breathing exercises for everything you can possibly think of. Find it and practice them. This is a daily, moment by moment practice. You cannot get through panic. You cannot get through sorrow, grief, distress, or anything if you're not breathing. Breathe. You want to find relief? It's as simple as taking a freaking breath. You want peace? There are meditations for that too, or breathing exercises for that too. Find it. Oh, I stopped breathing. I don't take a breath. So when I breathe, it had to be dramatic. Well, everybody starts somewhere. Breathing saves me more than, yep, because it's going to. They don't just tell us this stuff for no reason. Don't waste their time. Don't waste their breath. telling us to do these breathing exercises, these journal exercises, these all these kinds of different techniques, these tools, these meditations, these journal entries, these prompts, all of this stuff, and I want relief. Where's my peace? Be freaking for real. Do your work. Do not use your ancestor cards, any of the other cards, asking questions when the answer is in the work they've already given you. Give it a break. Give it a rest. And do your work. And when you start to see results, pick them up again. I promise you the types of questions you will not even be the same anymore. You're not going to be asking, is this the right person for me? You're not going to be asking, should I be going over here? Am I going to get this house? Am I going to get this? Am I going to get this job? Am I going to get this new furniture, this school, this degree, whatever? Very good. I am so glad. I need to be better at it myself. Not just women, y'all. I'm women myself every time. 10 times harder because I'm just now. I've been at this for for 3 years now. For 3 years, they've been telling me to go live and do videos and to share wisdom and truth and all of this other stuff. And I was like, yeah, get somebody else to do it. So please don't be like me and be hard-headed. Or like my former self and being hard-headed because you're afraid. Anything that you desire is on the other side of uncomfortability and fear. And we all know fear is not even real. And it does not come from the mother that created us all. So be for real. Do the work. Be authentic. Be with yourself. Change your mind and your view about what you've been through, because that is going to have all of the answers that you need. These are the building blocks and the stepping stones to your greatness. Stop playing and sleeping on yourself and expecting other people to see the greatness in you. If you're not going to do it, nobody else is. Stop wasting people's time and stop wasting your own. Value you. Value your time. Value your energy. Value your peace and rank your desires. If you desire peace, why are you watching all of that nasty reality TV? If you desire love, why are you watching and listening to all of the F love music? Turn it off. And get real about the stuff that you like. Stop doing stuff that you don't. Be authentic. Be real with yourself. Talk about what you don't. Start talking about what it is that you like, what you love, what you believe, what you see, versus all of the stuff you don't like, you don't want, you don't feel, you don't see, think, or feel. This is how you elevate. This is how you grow. This is how you change. Do your work. Stop sleeping on yourself. Stop playing with yourself. Just get the stuff done, y'all. And I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to me too. Don't wait till you start seeing small benefits to encourage you to keep going. Keep going when you don't see stuff. Because when you was around them people that you were begging to change and never did, you stayed true to that. So why can't you give yourself the same dedication? I listened to this song by Lucky Day. He said, "Give to me my own devotion." To be devoted to you. So that when you ask, "Give to me my own devotion," you'll return to yourself a harvest. Please be for real. Whew. I love y'all. I'm done with Millie. I hope that you learned something, that you gathered something. I hope that this was helpful and that this resonated with you in any way that it was supposed to. I hope this was a helpful push throughout your week. I will see you all next Saturday. We will be talking about surrender. And that will be the closing of this menstruation lesson. And I don't know what we're going to be talking about next after that, but I'm pretty sure they're going to tell me what to talk about. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. I love you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.